just drive through this field, why not? Now, why does that want to put so much on the grass? You don't want that much. If I get out here, the nitrogen levels and the pH levels are perfect on this field. I don't want to add any more, but for some reason that applicator is saying, oh, you want to add a ton of it. No, I don't. Okay. It's not filling, so let's have a look. Turn on slurry tank, look on, change reference value, toggle map view. Fill? Where's the fill option? Is it bugged and I have to jump out and get back in again? Start filling, yeah, there you go. Bingo. So yeah, I don't know what's conflicting here. That's causing me to have to jump out and jump back in again in order to get things set up, right? Anyway, let's go and see how far this lot goes. I do have the cultivator on the back. Now this field's all been, has it all been ploughed? Can't remember, but oh, we do have GPS on this, which we don't have on the either the Massey Ferguson or the Zerian. Okay, that's, oh, I guess that's a thing, yes. Let's back out of there. Take off the thing, unfold. What are we unfolding? Good start. Forward a bit. Control square bracket sideways. And then I can zoom out a little more. Now I don't actually have to have the cultivator on the back of this to work this. We could just spread it as it comes. Okay, this is on auto, so let me do that. Change nitrogen reference value. I have no idea what that's doing. But this is saying it wants 60. And to do 4 kilos of nitrogen per meter cubed. That's fine. Let's change it to manual. Oh, it's probably not on manual at the moment. What's selected? The tank. Deactivate automatic. Not that button, that button. Okay. So now you can, is Y still available? No. Okay, application rate is 1.2. I want to push that up. So change application rate. We'll do that. I mean, basically for corn, I want to go all the way up there. that seems fine. Okay, let's lower the thing. Okay, select the doodad. Oh no, that's unforked. Lower the thing, and that turns on the slurry applicator. So let's drive. That was easy. And we're turning this yellow, which is more nitrogen than orange, but nowhere near what we're going to need for corn on this field. I'm not worried about that. All I'm worried about is I want to get the nitrogen up significantly so that we're not too worried about, oh hello. Now this part of the field I might need to drop it down. Actually, maybe not. This is going to increase it more, but it's still not too much, I hope. I think corn is very green. I might step it down a little at the top here. Because obviously this half of the field is very heavily nitrogenated, whereas the bottom isn't. And the sprayer will balance everything. That's the advantage with the sprayer. Okay, so I want to reduce that. 8.7's probably good. We'll lower that and then we'll drive. Let's try and stay along this edge. So now that's a little bit less green along here. But I don't think we're going to get much spread over this entire field. We'll get some done. And really, every little bit helps, but it's not going to be the greatest. To the end here. And this is a long piece of equipment, so it's not it's not the easiest thing to truck around here, especially with the hedges at the edge. It's got more room at the top here. Okay. GPS on. And we can get that lowered. Now I'm also on cultivating the field, which doesn't benefit our environmental score very much. Anyway, I'm going to curve this off and run the edge of this field a little. We're only 75% down, so yeah, we're not actually eating through that much. Which is fine. And now we want to up the, put it back up to 15. Well, that's going to be the thing that really annoys me, is the pipe on the front, I think, is also adjusted by K&M. And that's going to be annoying, because I don't want the filler pipe sticking out. It's not really. Look at that, one lap and we're still not halfway through yet. Or almost one lap. But as I said, this is a long piece of kit, so we're going to need 3 or 4 headlands to make things work. Like here. It's quite manoeuvrable though. I think it's got a couple of steering axles, so that does give us, well, if I drive it straight, that does give us quite a nice I mean, it's not straight behind the tractor, but it is fairly close to being exactly where I need it on those corners. Okay, round the second time. So yeah, as we are now, the 27 cows are not going to produce significant amounts. Throwing poop on the fields. Oh, and excuse me while I pay attention here, I need to drop the application rate. 6.2 is good. Maybe up a bit. 7.5. So we'll do 15 at the bottom, 7.5 at the top. So we're testing our used slurry spreader, since we now have one and we have cows and we have the ability to save money on fertilizer. But so far this morning, all we've really got up to is selling sugar and flour and yeast, which is why our bank balance looks so healthy. Just where I like it. Yeah, I didn't take the opportunity to go up to London with the rest of the farmers, but political joke. Although I think the British farmers were fairly well behaved in their protests. And while they did turn up in tractors, they didn't turn up with loaded slurry and manure trucks ready to mess up London. Most specifically where the politicians live. However, I did hear the Prime Minister kind of said, well, you're all on camera, so we'll be turning up sometime over the next few weeks to lay on the local constabulary. doesn't look like it's got it all. No. Definitely a 3 headland job to get this done. That's close enough. Let's get the tractor straight. Fortunately, there's a lot of grass at the top edge of this field. Stick it in drive. And I did, as I explained a little earlier, I did double these or join these 2 fields together. I was going to look at how much other fields are costing. The other thing is because we've got, the cows are constantly producing the slurry, so we've still got April, there'll be a load dropped in April, there'll be a load dropped in May, so I might be able to come back out with this kit again later in the year and get all that done too. Yeah, use up all of that as well. I did not up the supply, did I? No, up to 15 again. I don't, as I said, I don't have to be accurate with this. We're just cultivating the field, which we don't actually have to do, but hey, we're out here, we might as well do it. And we are reducing our fertilization costs. But this field is going to remain textured with lime, so that just means that we'll be able to see where we need to go if we do decide to continue this job over the next few months. Obviously, once all the slurry's gone from the slurry tank, there's nothing I can do until the cows eat more. So rest of March we might be looking at doing a couple of contracts maybe, and let's go forwards. Oh, I also bought a new truck. So we were talking about black sheep yesterday during the stream. I've swapped the Volvo truck for a black sheep truck that was up in the store sale, and it turns out that that particular truck can be configured for right and left hand drive. So I've got it configured to right hand drive, because Scotland, right hand drive, yay, which is kind of awesome. So yay for that. And coming up here to the change in field coverage of nitrogen, so we'll just drop that down to 7.5 and continue. And I always do this manually because I don't have a crop in when I'm throwing down manure or slurry, and unfortunately there's nothing you can do to apply things accurately if you don't have a crop, at least not as far as the environmental score is concerned. So all we're really using this for is to save money, not to get us where we need to be. We'll still have to come back out with the sprayer. And do I have enough to make it down to the bottom here? Don't know. Nah, we're going to run Now we're not going through the slurry that quickly because obviously I'm running a 6 meter cultivator, so it's not running through the stuff that quickly. If I had the dribble bar, which is about 30 meters wide, then yeah, that would be a bit of a problem. Okay, lift that up, and I guess I might be able to fill in that gap. If I can get it over there far enough. Yeah, we'll have to maneuver this a little. Close enough. Alright, well now let's back this thing up. Alright. GPS on, stick it in drive, lower the thing and fill in the gap. Yay. Now I'm just going to let this run out. Fold it up. Do I have to lift it as well? I do have to lift it as well. Okay. Then we'll head back to the yard. And we're not so much slinging as sort of injecting. It's a cultivator injector. If I didn't put a thing on the back, we'd just be spraying it all over the place. Which I believe the European Parliament came in and said, yeah, we don't want you throwing stuff around. You can inject it, but don't be spreading it. And I think that has more to do with the city folks who've decided I want to go and live in the country. And I do know there are a lot of signs that have gone up around the UK that sort of say, if you don't like smells and outdoor sex and loud noises, you probably shouldn't be moving to the countryside and living by a farm, because you will have outdoor sex, you will have smells, and you will have loud noises. It's kind of like what the aviation industry has had issues with. Get out, get back in again, refill. With, you know, every town has a small airfield. Which was built on the outskirts of the town. And is very convenient for, you know, short travel. I could go to my local airfield and charter a flight to Detroit and fly there rather than drive and park overnight. Now, it's going to cost me a little bit more, I think, to fly from my local airport than it is to park in Detroit. But then it depends how long I'm going to be away. If I'm going to be away for a long time, then, you know, maybe it does make sense. Okay, what are we on? I need to be on 15. It's too much, too little. But it's a convenience thing. And then developers, the land by the airport is really cheap because, well, airplanes fly over the top of you and it's loud. And so they buy the cheap land, they build housing estates there. And then the people that move in, knowing full well that there's an airport at the bottom of their street, complain that, oh, there's airplane noises overhead and we don't like that. They say, well, don't buy a house next to an airport. don't come along later and say, oh, well, maybe the airport could be quiet. Or the other one of, why don't airplanes fit silencers? Because it would reduce the power, and I'm sure you prefer to have a loud aeroplane overhead than you would have a silent aeroplane crashing into your house because it doesn't have the power to do what it needs to do. Plus, a silencer or a muffler on an airplane doesn't do a lot. And the reason for that is a vast amount of the noise comes from the big fan on the front that's spinning round and round at sometimes supersonic speeds. So yeah, we can make the engine quieter, but that fan's still going to make a noise. Anyway, this is going to take us a while, I guess. 10:30 already. I just hope I'm not putting too much